What's up, you guys? Godzilla fan freaks coming at you today with another figure review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Masters of the Universe Origins line 2000X version of Skeletor. Yes, this is Skeletor from the 2000X series, for those of you, including myself, that may have grown up on that series, coming home from school back in the day. Of course, you had your Pokemon, you had Yu-Gi-Oh! Of course, there was Power Rangers in the lineup. And then, of course, there was Masters of the Universe, the 2000X series. And what a series that was. Fantastic animation, fantastic, just overall designs for all the characters. And this here is the Origins line attempt at the 2000X Skeletor. And may I say, another fantastic Skeletor figure. I got this figure up in Phoenix a couple weeks ago when I was up there with Lawrence, and we were kind of figure toy hunting and stuff like that, kit hunting, and found this guy at Toy Anxiety, and he was kind of hidden, so I have a feeling maybe somebody else was hiding him and was going to come back and pick him up, but I found him because it was the only one they had, and he was like mysteriously hidden. So apologies, it's one of those, you snooze, you lose. You gotta know when Godzilla Fan Freaks is in town, and might be looking for something. But anyway, I could not pass this guy up. Another Skeletor to add to my collection. Majority of my Masters of the Universe collection is Skeletor because he is my favorite character. And I love the Origins line. I just love how they look like the vintage figures, updated detail and articulation. It's just an awesome, solid line for Masters of the Universe. And I'm just really happy to add this guy. This guy is so freaking cool. Let's just get straight on into this review and talk about paint apps. Paint on this guy, of course, Skeletor sporting his blue skin. Of course, not a vibrant, crazy blue as past Skeletors have been. Since this is the 2000X series, he has more of kind of like a grayish blue skin tone, but it looks fantastic. As far as his armor and like hood and pieces go, you're sporting that still very dark purple color. His shoulder pads, though, are separated by just being a matte black. Of course, wristbands, shin guards, and all that are all just that purple. You do have these kind of reddish orange gems on the knees and in the center here. Of course, he has the black, fur underwear. Face, I love the paint on the face, you guys. I mean, I hope it's showing up on camera the same way it is in person, but most likely not. Just like with any type of figures, videos and pictures do not do it justice. Unless you see this guy in person, will you truly be blown away. The shading in the face, fantastic. I love the little bit of darker greens shading into kind of a lighter, greenish yellows. It works. It looks so well applied, especially on this figure. This guy just looks fantastic. Of course, then you have black and then little red dots for his eyes, black for the nose, and then from how clean it is, it just looks fantastic that they did not paint slop that whatsoever. Little bit of paint slop there on the eye. If you guys can see that, there is that little bit of paint slop there. But as far as the mouth is concerned, that black line, whoever worked on this figure did an excellent job on that line, because there is no bit of slop. It separates the teeth perfectly and just looks fantastic. As far as detail on this guy, again, Masters of the Universe Origins, it goes back to what the vintage figures were all about, which is power in your face. You got a very jacked Skeletor. He's not missing anything at the gym. All the muscle tone, muscle detail, biceps. His biceps have biceps. I mean, his abs have abs. I mean, he is just jacked. And that is just what made Masters of the Universe appeal, was, you know, these guys were just beefy hunks of just, you know, power, you know, like, you know, there's nothing better, you know, G.I. Joe is nothing, you know. And it's just great. As far as the armor detail goes, you still have that, you know, bat dragon design there in the chest. You have the crossbones, of course the gem. You got all the studs and everything on his armor placements, on his shoulders and whatnot. Down here on his like loincloth armor, you actually have what looks to be you know, cat details, which I think is a reference to Panther, because of course this is purple, and so I think that's actually supposed to be like a Panther face design down here. You've really got this nice like tiki, you know, kind of like tribal head design right there. You got all this nice etched in detail here on the sides. Looks very, very nice. Shin guards and everything, very, very nicely etched in detail all the way around. Looks fantastic. Just fantastic. Sorry for my camera going in and out of focus. The hood has very nice, very fine details in it. You can see all those lines and where they gave it like fabric type details. The lines, the wrinkles, all of it just look fantastic. And then you have that beautiful Skeletor face, and boy does this scream 2000X. It just looks perfect. The eyes are a little more sharper, a little more evil looking. You definitely have very nice eyebrow and like cheekbone details there for the skull. The teeth, I love the fangs. I absolutely love those fangs. Absolutely excellent. Little bit, now that I just noticed it, little bit of that paint line kind of goes over that fang just a little bit, but luckily it's kind of towards the one side, so if he's kind of straight on, you don't notice it. But all the detail in that face is absolutely amazing. Fantastic, fantastic Skeletor 2000X figure. Articulation, pretty much what you would expect from the Origins line. He has a head that you can look up, you can look down ever so far. You can get some tilt action out of it. Of course, you can turn it left and right, all the way around if you want Skeletor to do his little exorcist reference. Shoulders move outwards ever so far, and they can also rotate. They move down, straight down to his sides very well. Elbows, single joint, but still a nice bend regardless that you get out of that. Not bad at all. He does have a waist joint, so you can turn him left and right. Legs can kick forward ever so far, can kick backward ever so far. There is a little bit of rotation in there at the hip, but not much. He can do the Eternia splits pretty dang well. Knees, of course, as you can see, they rotate at the knee, and then you get a bend that ever goes so far and then straightens out. So you do have a nice bend there in the knee. He does have boot cuts as well, so you can rotate them boots, or the shin guards I should say. So he does have those. So lots of articulation in the legs. And then of course the feet, you can point downwards, you can point upwards. There's a little bit of a pivot, actually a little more than a little bit of a pivot. There's a really nice pivot in there. And then, you know, that's about it for rotation and whatnot. So decent articulation all the way around with this guy. No complaints. Of course, now that I've messed with all his joints, getting him to stand is going to be a little bit of a challenge. But I'll figure it out one way or another. Don't want to mess with him too long this way, otherwise it takes away from the review. Alright, I'm just going to have to mess with him later. Prop him up against the wall. There we go. Accessories! Of course, he comes with his Havoc Staff. Now, this is not like a special 2000X series Havoc Staff. It's just your basic Origins line Havoc Staff, just with maybe a darker coat of purple. But I'm sure they did that just, you know, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, this is a nice Havoc Staff for any Origins line Skeletor. So, again, it's pretty much the same, just probably just a darker coat of purple. My camera really does not want to focus on it at all. And then the sword, though, his power sword, or his version of it. Of course, it's a whole, it's not a half, but this is the 2000X sword. You have that crazy hilt guard, you know, very glossy paint, not really a matte. It's very glossy. It even, I want to say, has even glitter worked into it. But just a very glossy, shiny sword. You got a nice blood groove in there. Of course, you got all this crazy design here on the one side. And then if you flip it over, you got a little bit more of a different design on this side. A little bit more studs. I think that's like a, looks like a skull face, really. Yeah, it is a skull. So for how small that this accessory is, the detail, and again, that paint, that shine, it looks absolutely excellent. Fits into his hand very well. Turn it to the side a little bit, that way you get a nice profile, you know, pose with him set up with it. And then, of course, the Havoc Staff you can put into his other hand to where he is dual wielding and ready to take on He-Man and try to take over Eternia and next the universe. You gonna stand for me? Now that your weapons, I guess, gave you some little bit more balance. Anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this figure review. I usually don't do scaling with these guys. Again, he'll fit in well with anything pretty much vintage or Origins. So, you know, the lines are pretty limited that way. So anyway, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. We are Godzilla Fan Freaks. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Don't forget to atomic blast that notification bell while you're at it. Don't forget to like and follow Godzilla Fan Freaks over on Facebook. And then don't forget to follow Godzilla Fan Freaks over on Instagram. That way you stay up to date with everything going on. You don't miss all the goodness that I got coming out in the near future. So, anyway, you guys, hope you guys enjoyed my review on the Masters of the Universe Origins line 2000X Skeletor. We are Godzilla Fan Freaks, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.